After I finished my whole artist day, I said, you know what? Life is worth living, y'all. My week was, I know, I felt pretty shitty, not gonna lie. It just felt overall a roller coaster, and I was not getting any of the good high points of the roller coaster. I was just getting all dips. When I was like, okay, I need to figure out what I'm gonna do for my artist day. Originally, I wanted to go to Art Shelf. I had my meeting at 3, and I was just like, oh shoot, if I leave now, by the time I get there, I'm gonna have my meeting. Like, I don't want to be in my meeting while on my artist day. That's the whole point of the artist day, is to do it solo, right? Or even if it is people there, like, it is for you. It's not like you're not involving other people. So I decided to stay home. I remembered at that moment, I was like, oh shoot, I have paintbrushes in my closet. I go to my closet, I grab my paintbrushes, and I have this canvas jacket that I have painted on before. And I was like, I might as well continue adding on to this jacket. Lay the jacket out. I haven't painted since like December, actually. December. And for me, for the most part, like, I really enjoy drawing. I just haven't drawn since like 2020. I finished painting after like an hour or so. I was just like locked in. But afterwards, I was just like, it was so therapeutic in that moment to just be working on something that wasn't work related, but also like that was artistically like scratching that itch. That I was like, you know what? That was very calming. By the end of it, I think my roommate was actually like playing jazz music in the background at the same time. So I was like in the zone. Like, when I tell you, I was just like, you know, when you just locked in. You know that moment in Toy Story when he was like fixing up Woody? That's what I felt like right there. I wasn't even like, oh, this is like the greatest piece of artwork. It was just like, you know what? Life is worth living, y'all. Yeah, I needed this. And after that, I think it was already late in the evening. I probably like watched some anime or some stuff after that, but it was just like that hour and a half that I sat and I just zoned out. And I think after that, the rest of my week started to go up. And that was like on Thursday. When it came to the morning pages, waking up, like the first couple days, I think the first 2 days, I was just like, oh, wake up. I see my notebook waiting for me at the corner. I'm like, this is not necessarily the first thing I want to do, like rub my eyes and pick up a pen. But I would still do it. Saturday, yesterday, and today are the only 2 days. I actually just genuinely forgot. But it would be like halfway through the morning, I would be like, I feel like I'm missing something. I'd be like, for sure, I definitely forgot to do my morning pages, yeah. But every day, I was in that bitch pumping out them 3 pages. It was hands hurting a little bit because I was like, damn, why am I squeezing the pen so hard? And for some reason, it completely blanked my mind that I was supposed to put in the affirmations. Getting the 3 pages was difficult, but for some reason, after I finished writing 3 pages, and I'll continue on with my morning, I felt like, damn, I actually have so much more I need to add to those pages. Like, I feel like my mind has woken up, and I feel like I probably could add more to the pages now, because now it's not half asleep when I'm writing this stuff out. So that's what like my morning pages were, but I just like generally forgot Saturday, Sunday, and I ran out of ink. Yeah, ran through a pen. I didn't have nothing negative to say. I felt like I was just like saying what was happening during the week, or I'm like, oh, this happened, da 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 da, like this. I think there's at one point where I was just like, oh shoot, and I'm like, okay, I have to do these morning pages. So I was like hectic at one point. I was just like, man, they got me fucked up. And I started like going. I think that was one day. I was just like, nah, they got me fucked up, and I was just like going in on my pages. And then there's some moments where like how fast I can speak is not how fast I can write. So I may actually have like a lot more I have to say, but by the time I finish out one thought, I literally like, damn, I forgot what I was gonna say next. Yeah, so here, and I'm like writing it out. But there's moments where I would finish 3 pages, and I'm like, dang, I did want to write that in the page. It was like super frustrating having moments where like I know like I can continue my train of thought, but like what I'm thinking about is not fast enough for my hands. And by the time I finish out the thought, I'm like, oh shoot, I don't even remember what I was going to add on after this. When it comes to enemies, I'm really good at like blocking those out of my memory. And I think at one hand, that could be considered very unhealthy, but also I think it's not in the way where it's like, oh my gosh, I internalized it, I keep it in, and then now whenever I do stuff that is like really affecting me, it was more of like the delusional, like you said that to me. For example, one of them was my closest friend growing up. His name was Sean Hunter. He said like, oh Derek, like you can't dance, like you're too stiff, right? Mind you, he said that to my face multiple times, and I'd be like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm doing the exact same thing as you. Like, in my head, you're saying my Dougie is stiff. In my head, I'm doing exactly what you're doing. I'm not doing it wrong. I think that was like how I flipped it. Just like my mind did not accept the idea of like I'm doing it bad. I just kept going at it until it got to the point where like, yeah, I got good at it. So there's like these little blips of like, oh, I've heard this to be before, but look at me now, I'm literally doing this professionally. I obviously did not internalize it enough to where it affected me. At the time, that was like my best friend. Kind of crazy when you think about it, but you're just being kids. You're literally like in 3rd grade. I'm in 2nd grade, y'all. Like, this is something I remember from literally being like, what, 8 years old, which stuck with me. So it obviously was important enough to where I did keep it with me. If they were my enemy, I obviously cut them out of my head. They're not important. I believe that if it were left to artists to choose their own labels, most would choose none. And that's people who really do enjoy being creative and who enjoy art. They really just enjoy doing anything creative. If you're someone who doesn't like even titles, but if you had to give yourself a title, I always say I'm a storyteller. I have different mediums that I tell stories through, whether it's movement, clothes, film, drawing, like whatever it may be, I am a storyteller. I have different ways of telling my stories. It's my superpower and my crutch is my ego when it comes to like picking up anything. And I might be ass at it. I said, oh no, give me like a couple months, y'all. I will lock the fuck in and I will be good. Don't come to me and tell me like I won't be able to do it. If I took out everything I do in my life and you told me to lock in, y'all niggas will have to fuck around and find out. That's how I feel about anything that I pick up. It also could be like very backhanded to people who put in a lot of effort to do things, but I'm just naturally my whole life I've picked up things and I've been good at them. Or at least decent enough to where like, oh no, you have like potential to where it's going to be easy for you to pick it up compared to the average person who does it. Also, I could be cold if I wanted to. And that's what I tell myself for anything I do. I'm like, I could be cold if I wanted to. But I just know how dedicated I am to stuff when I am passionate about it. And I didn't really realize it until my friends told me. They said it like on my birthday like a couple of years ago. My friends were like, yeah, Chewy, like when it comes to picking stuff up and when you're really passionate about it, you don't stop until you like are at least at a solid level. Like you don't want to be mediocre at specifically creative things that you do. Like you want to excel at it to a certain extent to where people will be like, oh, that's quality. It's my superpower as well as it could be my crutch.